sir. Well done, big fella.
Raps, 1, 2, 3, raps. Woo!
Your goal is one goal, and that's to play for a championship, and I'm gonna give it my all. Like, it's nothing else that matters but that.
I think it's tough. They're professional, but it's got to be tough until we pass Thursday, when you know at least until July, you're not moving anywhere. Until that draft night in June, you're not moving anywhere. It's tough. You hear your name. You hear, fans out there get the trade machine going, and you throw this guy in and that guy in, and you don't know what's real. It's a silly season. You don't know what's a rumor or what's made up. And no player will come out and say it, and they're very professional in handling it, but it's got to be difficult.
Appreciate you, Paul.
Yes, sir.
Now with the internet, it's horrendous because people just make up stuff and put it online, and everybody runs with it, gets retweeted, put all over the place, and you don't know where it came from. You don't know what's true, what's not true. And not to mention the people saying stuff to you about it, or saying you shouldn't get out of here, you should be traded, this and that, or don't trade them, or whatever it is. I think it just kind of puts guys on pins and needles because of that. It's a tough spot emotionally for guys when you're in that spot. And then there's some guys that don't hear their name at all, and then they find out they get traded during the game. So it is what it is.
It's interesting. I think probably, if you're Kawhi Leonard or Kyle Lowry, you're comfortable. You don't, if you're Lowry, your job is going to be integrating a new guy. If you're Kawhi Leonard, it probably doesn't matter to you. If you're a guy like CJ Miles or DeLon Wright, whose name maybe comes up in hypothetical scenarios, I think it's probably a stressful week or two of looking at your phone for the Woj bombs and things like that. It's probably a little unsettling if you're not a guy with a secure position.
It is a business on both sides. And I think you got to understand that and really lean to a point where you just control what you can control, which is how you play on that floor. And that's really the biggest thing, because that's what's going to create opportunities either way.
How excited are you?
I'm really excited. Really excited. I was really looking for this day. And here you go. Nothing crazy going to happen. I will be playing tonight.
It's been a busy day already.
Crazy. I mean, I don't remember this many trades this early. It's always wait till the deadline. I've spent years saying, man, it's hard to do trades at the deadline in the year, but not for these guys. They're flying everywhere.
No, it's funny, and I think you're seeing right now that there's going to be an arms race in the Eastern Conference.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's maybe more fireworks to come after the Tobias Harris deal. It sets in motion several other things, I think.
The timing of the deal and all these other deals happening already the day before the deadline, does it accelerate talks?
Oh, I think it has to.
Oh, yeah.
Particularly if you're in the East and you were in a situation where at one point you thought maybe we're a little bit ahead of Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Well, you probably don't feel that way now relative to the rest of this season. And with the East being essentially up for grabs, there's nobody now with LeBron out of the East. There's nobody that feels like they don't have a chance to advance to the finals. So I think this could bring about another step or two.
And then that phone rings, you get the call or you get the text from your owner saying, what are we doing to get better?
Right.
So there's the old blood in the water. All these sharks love the action. And if you're not in on the action, it just feeds on itself. So those are tough calls to get if you're not the one making deals.
Okay, perfect. We got what? Deadline? What's that? Yeah, 1:30. 1:30 deadline? Yeah.
The Eastern Conference arms race is officially on, and the Raptors are in the mix. Here's a reported trade we're hearing. Marc Gasol being acquired by Toronto in exchange for a package that includes Jonas Valanciunas, DeLon Wright, and C.J. Miles.
Raptors weren't done in terms of transactions. They moved Greg Monroe and a second-round pick to the Brooklyn Nets as well, so they might not be done in terms of trying to pick out somebody who was bought out via that free agent market.
Around 11 a.m. did a live hit saying it looks like it's going to be a quiet day for the Raptors, that they probably backed out of the big stuff. Their deadline acquisitions are the likes of JV coming back and players getting healthy. And little did we know, about an hour later, it all blew up. So I love it for the Raptors, so I have no complaints if you're a fan of the Raptors.
I first heard about this deal about 2 weeks ago, that it had been proposed. And I ran it by a couple people, and they said, I'm not sure that Memphis is going to go for that. And Memphis went for that. That was my first reaction. Masai didn't have a lot of cards to play. He didn't have a lot of draft picks. He didn't have a lot of obviously young talent that he could part with for anything less than a real star. And so given the limitations that he had to work with, he got back a guy who can really help them.
You're going all in and you're trying to win, and Marc Gasol is a great player, and he's a difference maker, defensive player of the year, and even if he doesn't have exactly what he had in the past, you know, he still brings a lot to the table, and he's going to make a huge impact. So I think it's exactly the right type of move you have to make. And obviously you don't want to give up a Pascal Siakam in any deal, or even OG Anunoby. So, you know, you pay a price, but to get a guy like that, you got to give something, and you're definitely getting a lot.
Yeah, so pretty much, like, I already knew something was gonna happen, personally, but, you know, I was kind of just waiting around to see if it'll actually happen. Kept checking Twitter, see all the other deals that was going down. And then I was playing Norman FIFA, and my agent, you know, started texting me about, like, possible places I might go. And then, you know, when I got to the room, I was on Twitter and I saw like Gasol for like me, for CJ and JV, and I was like, my eyes like opened up. And then my agent texted me right away, like, we have a deal that might go down. So.
Thank you. Appreciate everything. Thank you. Appreciate everything. Thank you for everything. Thank you. Thank you for your hard work. Thank you. It's all good. Always matter. Say bye to y'all. Say bye. Can I say? Yeah, I said bye to y'all. I miss you, man. All the best. Good luck to you. Thank you. Sir, say bye to you. Appreciate you, Davey. Appreciate it. Thank you, Leo. That talent show, man. That talent show. Okay. Good. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Great to see you around. Yeah. All right, baby. Appreciate it. I'm gonna hit you. All right, see you guys. Thanks. See you guys. Good luck. Still be my boo. You still going? Tell him, dog. Tell him, dog. See you guys. How do you say goodbye to you? Yeah, I was saying. Yeah. Good luck with everything, right? Thank you. Don't cry, man. Thank you. I'll send your shoes to Memphis, all right? Yeah, send you. You go to Memphis right now? No, I'm gonna stay. I'll probably go tomorrow. Watch y'all play. Damn, bro. Damn. Sorry, bro. I'll see you, my guy. Damn, man. I mean, I was like, you know, it's a new situation, but I also have to look at the positives. You know, they're a younger team, and you know, they're still trying to figure out their thing, their way that they want to play and stuff like that. So I feel like us three will be able to fit in easily and bring our, you know, what we learn over here to their team. So that's what I feel on the basketball side. But like just moving, you know, I miss the city of Toronto. Obviously, everybody knows how much I loved it living out there, and you know, it's like a second home for me. So that'll be the tough part of just moving away from there and being away from the fans.
Appreciate everything you've done, and you go out and get them. You know, like go do your thing, and this is really like difficult for us because this is you started in this franchise, you know. So I just wanted to call you and tell you. Yeah. We'll talk soon, okay? All right. Thank you. Tell you what, that's the toughest part of the business, man. Yeah, the JV is a tough one. That's a tough one. That guy.
All those guys too.
Yeah, DeLon, the JV, CJ, they're great dudes, you know.
All right, good luck.
Big fella. I'm backing up to get me on the bus, man. Nah, they said no. Hey, I have a number. We'll keep in touch. I might have some questions. I got somebody down there. I got things down in the Thanks, man. Good luck today.
Well, my first reaction is I really, really like the three guys that the Raptors traded. I mean, from a personal perspective, you're not going to find nicer gentlemen than Jonas Valanciunas, DeLon Wright, and C.J. Miles. So from a personal perspective, you miss them. You miss the fact that they're going to be gone. And in this business, you're not supposed to get emotionally connected, but you do, because we're people. And so I wish those three guys the best of luck, and they're all good people. So it's a bittersweet night tonight. You're excited about Gasol coming, but you're disappointed that you're losing not only Valanciunas and DeLon Wright and C.J. Miles, but you also lose Greg Monroe, and you lose Malachi Richardson yesterday. So these are five guys that you've been in camp with and done a lot of things with, and it just ends abruptly like that. You look at a game like tonight, you hope that it's a rallying point. To bring the guys that are still here together, that it creates the sense of team, and we're now together. We're all going to be here the rest of the season, and now let's look after each other tonight.
Short-handed, next man up. It's taking it for granted. Go out there and lay it on the line. Let's do it, baby. 1 on 3. 1, 2, 3. We gotta be jump. Let's go.
Doesn't go. Chance here to take the lead since early in the opening quarter. Siakam now. Kyle deep three. Good. Raptors up. Turnover. Here's Pascal. And Siakam having a massive night. Impact with a capital I. 29. Van Vliet, Moji, Siakam, drive. Fred in the foul. Fred has had a huge night. He's got 21 points, Jack Armstrong. Oh, Freddie V knocks it down. He's got 30. What a game. Raptors 119 to 101 here. And the Toronto Raptors are going to come away with this victory.
Well, obviously after 11 years as a player and almost I got there as a teenager, we kind of expected that something could happen, and then it seemed like nothing was going to happen. So once it happened and we knew our destination, we got real excited, because it gives you a chance to compete at the highest level. And once Masai called and talked to some of the guys in there, and everyone said about this, the same about making a run to the title, and that gets your juices going, and it makes you real excited.
Oh man, way to keep it low in the big city, bro. It's back. It's back. What's up, man? Welcome back, brother. All right.
Here we go, Mo.
I knew it.
How's it going, Malcolm? All right.
Hey, your fellow Spaniard is here.
Positivo. Good morning, good morning.
Oh, now you want to speak Spanish?
Mark.
What's up, bro? Two? Patty, two?
Oh, yeah. Good.
Marc Gasol he's still one of the smartest players in the NBA. That's never going to change. And even if he might have lost a step, he's still the smarts make up for it, and he'll be in the right place every time.
You add a guy like Marc Gasol, I mean, this is a guy that is a tremendously talented player who's got an incredibly polished resume. He's been a defensive player of the year. He knows how to do it on that end of the floor. He is a phenomenal passer. He is a talented offensive player and a guy that, you know, in big games has been a really good performer. So, you know, you're in all these instances, you're giving up something good to get something good back. And I think, you know, for the Raptors, you're getting something very good back.
Something that applies to the game. Yes. In moments where it's hard, the thing that's going to be most fun to watch about him is his basketball IQ is elite. And in games where the other teams take away the stuff that you want to do, the stuff they can take away, elite basketball IQ is hard to take all the way away. And that's something I think that's really going to help.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Marc Gasol will make his Toronto Raptor debut. As Gasol gives his first bucket as a Toronto Raptor.
Two things. The guy says vicious screens, and he is so effective in those elbow areas.
It's Danny Green. Catch and shoot. Catch and shoot. And the Raptors by 4. That's going to do it. Toronto Raptors win it 104-99. In Marc Gasol's Raptors debut, and smiles for Siakam. And Marc Gasol, 19 minutes, 7 points, 6 rebounds, 2 steals, and a block. And the Toronto Raptors victorious, led by Kyle Lowry with 22.